Y'all listen, look, I'm mad I even gotta say this.
Why are we acting like this is not Don't get your fucking
There's nothing wrong with hate. You've got to hate some things with a passion. And destruction, they must dislike and hate with a passion.
What's up, y'all? We are in it. So good to be here, baby. It's March 11th. Happy Melanated March. FBA Melanated March. Okay. We needed an extension because last month was just a disrespectful, egregious amount, of content we had to combat, so we're gonna get a little extension going on. So yeah, happy Melanated March, y'all. So good to be here, so lovely to return. I see Marcus Moore, my good moderator, in the chat. Let's get it, B1Z. Y'all be going hard on them panels with the tethers. Yeah, so that's what I was about to say. My bad, I ain't been on here. But I have been on Photo Culture. So make sure you follow me on Photo Culture. Because if I'm not on here, I'm definitely still on Photo Culture. I'm on A-Twins, okay? I think me and Amir might go live like tomorrow. We could go live tonight. We'll see. So yeah, this is why you should be following me on all platforms. So A-Twins, ZZ Rants, Photo Culture. All right, you're gonna catch me, but yeah, shout out to Afro, and For the Culture and BX, our great moderator, because yeah, we definitely do be having some good panels up there, on TikTok for sure. Shout out to the TikTok family, I love it. So yeah, let's get into it. We got a couple things to get into, couple things. Let me see. Hopefully my thing is not tripping. I know last time I went live too. Maybe I need to update my computer. It could be my computer because it was low-key kind of tripping. Let's just hope for the best. We won't knock on wood, please. I ain't got that. But yeah, so Mr. Tenderism. Anyways. Mr. Tenderism, we know I think I actually talked about this on the last live too. He he's went independent. He done got he got an FBA, not just black. He got an FBA team now, okay? New manager, they done got our brother copyrights to Tenderism, so he real live Mr. Tenderism now. And yeah, things are just looking up our good brother. We love to see it. Okay. Now I will say I'm seeing his presence more on social media. This clip right here that I'm showing is him. He's with some Asian creator. I ain't never seen him before. And this other dude, the dancing buffoon. I think he's a tether as well. I know he's a tether. I just don't know what type of tether he's. I think he's Caribbean. But yeah, so yeah, the dancing buffoon and this dancing buffoon and this Asian dude got him up here doing like this little Mr. Tenderism dances y'all can see, with this big ass lamb chop or whatever the hell, this Asian dude sliding around the store. Now look, I'm cool with. I'm actually happy that he is collaborating with other content creators and getting his content out there. That just brings in more brand deals, more sponsorships, more. What I'm saying, more opportunities. So I'm definitely happy to see him going around and indulging, in content creation. However, especially because he got an FBA team, I'm gonna need y'all to, okay? Because we already, where we coming from. I'm just saying, we come from Destination Smokehouse, the white tea, people over there exploiting our good brother, using him as a mascot, not trying to give him his just due. So we coming from that, okay? Let's not move to highlighting tethers and other non-black, culture vultures or people that's going to exploit our brother, okay? Let's not, okay? Because the dancing buffoon, I'm like, I don't think. Like, go get with some FBA content creators on code, okay? Or even some FBA content creators that ain't doing something so fucking egregious. But I don't really like to see him with this big ass dancing nigga that don't be doing nothing but making black folks look crazy as hell. Moreover, tethers. And the people from his homeland. But yeah, it just looks weird, bro. I ain't really feeling that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know who this Asian nigga is, but I'm not feeling him either. I'm just like, I'm not gonna say he's a culture vulture, but I don't trust none of them. So yeah, I don't know. Just be careful. Mr. Tenderism, his team, y'all just be careful because these people are looking to exploit you just like, the Destination Smokehouse. I'm just saying. So yeah, just be careful, man. I don't know. Don't be giving the wrong people highlights. And then some of these people, they really coming up off you like that dude, that dancing buffoon. I ain't even seen his content in a minute, to be honest. I ain't seen him in a little minute. So the only reason I'm seeing him is because of you. Don't get this nigga no clout. Please don't get this nigga no more clout. Okay. So yeah, he agreed because I already jumped in between, but I wish him the best. We love Mr. Tenderism, okay? And we hope the best for him. You know what I'm saying, for real. But I definitely don't want to see him linked up with like repeating this. Don't repeat the cycles, brother. Please don't repeat the cycles. It's already some black folks that got criticism. Don't feel like we should be supporting because you allowed that shit to happen. So with Destination Smokehouse, I'm having empathy. You elder, I'm gonna stick with you. You trying to do the right thing now, but let's not repeat mistakes. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Let's not repeat mistakes, okay? Just pay attention to that shit, all right? I'm just saying. Now, so y'all know Israel, I mean, the U.S., we got to be careful because of TikTok. You know, the U.S. is backing Israel play as far as going to WAR. With Iran, they done already sent some shit over there. Apparently, some of the U.S. soldiers ain't fucking with that. They like, we ain't trying to, look, I'm going to just play. Let me read the caption. Can I read the caption? Let me read the caption. So this is a former Marine Sergeant, Brian McGinnis. He stood up in Congress to say that we don't want to fight a war with Iran for Israel while being removed from the Capitol Police. So let me just, that was just a little context. Let me play this video though.
Israel is the reason for this war. America does not want to fight this war for Israel.
Let's go. Come on, let's go.
America does not want to send its sons and daughters to war for Israel. Your inability to name that shows you exemptness as leaders. This is wrong. And nobody wants to fight for Israel. A reminder to all our Commandant, please stand up as a Marine and stand up for America. No one wants to fight for Israel.
I can break your shit. Oh, did they actually break his arm? Yeah, because I'm like, that shit looked like it was hurt. His arm was jammed in the damn door. They so busy trying to push his ass out. You don't even see why. I think they thought maybe he was trying to hold on to the door. Maybe that's what they thought. But yeah, they just like, that looked like that.
No one wants to fight for Israel.
His hand.
Oh, they did break it. I didn't know you could see it. I didn't know you could see it. They broke the shit up. Let me get off of that. Oh, they broke his arm. Oh my God. I gotta fast forward. I didn't even see that. Egregious. Okay. Damn, they broke his arm like shit. Egregious. Even though they broke his arm, I'm gonna be real with you. If this was a black man, do I really gotta say it? I'm just saying, and I'm not even opposing what the man is saying. I'm in agreement. I don't think we need to send no damn soldiers over there either. But the way that they handled him was damn near like a child. I'm just saying, they didn't pull out no tasers, no, and I get it because he's a Marine as well, so there's a certain level of like ranking respect there. But even when that was a black Marine, I'm just saying, that would have went a little different. So he got a broken arm. That's egregious, really, and that was an accident. Because I think they just thought he was holding on to the door. I don't think they purposely meant to break his damn arm. But yeah, they handled him quite gently. That's all I'm saying. He kind of got off. That's all I'm saying. If that was a black disruptor that was still in the military, I don't know if he would have just walked away with a broken arm. Let me just say that. So yeah, he kind of got off with just that little ass arm. But that still look great. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know you could see it. That don't look crazy. That shit look crazy. But yeah, he would have gotten a lot worse if he was black. But I do agree, So, that's what's up. Shout out to him for at least saying something. Because, yeah, fuck all that. I don't think we need to send out people over there at all, especially black folks. Now y'all know the agenda is heavy out here. These people are, oh, damn, hold up. Do I need to say this? Hold up. Should I say this? Because this could go into another point. I'm actually about to talk about some. You know what? I still play it. It's okay. Just because I just thought about it. Like, low-key, this kind of go with this other video I'm about to pull up, too. So, y'all know the agenda is real out here in these streets. This young lady who has a son, she was in the store buying some toys for her son. And, egregious. Let me just play this. Play what the toy does.
Yeah, so tell me how I'm in Burlington, right? And my son comes to me with a toy.
What's that toy?
Look at the toy.
Wait a minute, they charging that dude with assault on the police officer? Damn, they're charging him? That's actually a little surprising. I'm not gonna lie, they charging him with assault on the police officer. That's actually, hold on, are they charging the officer? Hold on, who are they charging? Are they charging the officer for assaulting the Marine, or are they charging the Marine for assaulting one of the officers? They didn't really look like he was pushing or like touching none of them though. So is one of them getting charged for assaulting him? Oh yeah, he still got that white supremacist jacket. that level of protection. You know what I'm saying? They don't really the Marine. Okay, got you. Yeah, so yeah, he still got that complexion for protection. If he was a black man, oh yeah, nah, ain't no way in the hell. That's crazy as hell. They pressing charges. They damn sure wouldn't be pressing charges if that was a black man. So yeah, we see how that go. Egregious.
Now you think it's all cute or whatever until you see this. Look at that. Why? Look. Why in the hell would a boy want a toy with a boy shaking his butt? This is ridiculous. It's not funny. This is ridiculous. This is what's wrong with the world, y'all. This is what's wrong with the world. Horrible. Ridiculous.
Absolutely egregious. For sure. Shout out to her for exposing that, because yeah, the agenda is real. I wouldn't be surprised if that was in Target. I forgot. I don't know if she mentioned the store though for real, but yeah, the fact that this was even manufactured is actually crazy as hell. Why the fuck would a boy toy be highlighting ass? Period. I mean, I don't even understand what that would. And you know what? That's been something I talked about this a couple times before actually. The fact that they really try to highlight ass play with children and try to fake like that's some sort of like that's an okay thing to do with children because it's goofy or it's silly. They try to play it off like that, but really that's a level of grooming. Let's just be real. Sorry, TikTok, don't get on my ass. That's just a level of grooming. Let's just be real for what it is, because especially this being a boy, even if this was a boy's toy, there was a girl twerking. Why the fuck would you want your little boy playing with seeing another little boy twerk? That don't even make sense. And then, especially for a character like this is fucking Robin. This little character is off of Teen Titans. This is supposed to be one of the masculine characters. He's a boy. He's a superhero. He's kicking ass and doing shit. What are we talking about? So you do this with the masculine? Because remind you, I don't know if y'all, at different ages, but I used to watch this show as a kid. Teenage Mutant, Teenage Titans, whatever. I remember watching this as a kid. The goofy one was the green nigga. The green nigga turns into a bunch of different animals and shit like that. So making him into like maybe not a monkey, because I just don't trust that. Especially because the green, they usually use colors. If the character isn't white and it's a colored character, they're using that to represent a black people, to be honest. They just don't want to put black people in it, so they make them purple and green and all types of shit. So I wouldn't say make him into a monkey, but they could make him into an animal with an ass. It just would have made more sense. You know what I'm saying? Like a horse or, I don't know, something with a big ass. If you wanted to highlight that, just to make it more sense with that character. And even that will still be inappropriate. But you forced it with this, then did it as, again, use the boy character who's supposed to be the masculine character. And now you got him bending over, shaking ass on his knees. He's not even fighting no damn body. He's just shaking ass. Nothing to do with anything of his characteristics of being a superhero. He's just shaking ass. So, I mean, this type of shit is like, you're crazy as hell if you don't understand these people are coming for your children. They're coming for our children. For sure. This is absolutely egregious. I mean, that SpongeBob movie that just came out was absolutely egregious. I ain't even seen that, but just the clips I seen. Nigga. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? The propaganda is very much everywhere to feminize the boys. Especially and confuse the children on gender roles and their positions as men and women in a society. So yeah, we have to be very diligent against going against stuff like that. I'm glad that she recorded it. I'm glad that she said that in front of her child, that this shit is crazy. This is highly inappropriate, and she made sure that he knows. You see anything else, if I'm not around or something like this, you stay the hell away from that. And that's what you should be doing with your children. Because no, some people don't do that with their children. Some people, your child might go to school and they got that joint. Another child has that, and now that child think it's funny, and now your child is being influenced from that child because you didn't tell your child that shit like that is out there. And ass play is not funny. It's grooming. So yeah, we got to be careful. I'm just saying. Cyborg, that was the dude name. Exactly. No, Cyborg was the robot name. That was the black dude. He was black actually. But it was a green character too. Beast Boy, exactly. That's who I'm talking about. He could shapeshift. So why wouldn't y'all use a shapeshifter? Why would y'all alter the human's body? Why not use the person who can actually alter their body to actually alter their body? So it's just agenda. We have to be careful because these people are thorough in their indoctrination. I'm just saying. Anyways, but I did want to say, matter of fact, before I even go here, I'm gonna go here. Let me go to this because that just reminded me of this actually. Matter of fact, yeah, because low-key, this is kind of perfect. And Teen Titans is on the Cartoon Network. I wonder who owns that. who's connected to that. But let me play this because that just, I'm like, low key. Let me just play this right quick, and I ain't gonna even say too much because this shit might get flagged. I don't even know if I should play this. Actually, should I play this? I think I can. Actually, I think I can. I think I'm gonna be all right. Let's see, but I'm not gonna do too much commentary on it because the shit I'm gonna say, I think y'all know I am. Let me see.
And there's been a rise in anti-Semitism all over the country right now, and it's disgusting and it's horrible. People should know that one of the first things that the Nazis did, and I think it was in 1933, was they burned Magnus Hirschfeld's gender for sexuality. Magnus Hirschfeld was studying trans people, LGBTQ people. Lily Elby, who the Danish Girl, the film The Danish Girl was about, she had her first gender-affirming procedure at Magnus Hirschfeld's clinic. The Nazis burned it down. All of this research. And there were, and there's been a rise in anti-Semitism. I
don't know if y'all just understood what this man, this is a man, it's Laverne Cox. He's a very popular, very famous, should I say, not very famous. He's like a C-list celebrity. He was on Orange is the New Black. Nigga ain't that famous. They be propping him up like he's that famous. He's not that fucking famous. But yeah, transgender Laverne Cox. I'm gonna play that one more time. Just so we all on the same page, because I don't think I need to say much. If you know, you know, but I'm gonna just let that sink in if y'all didn't understand what the fuck he just said. Okay.
And there's been a rise in anti-Semitism all over the country right now, and it's disgusting and it's horrible. People should know that one of the first things that the Nazis did, and I think it was in 1933, was they burned Magnus Hirschfeld's gender for sexuality. Magnus Hirschfeld was studying trans people, LGBTQ people. Lily Elby, who the Danish Girl, the film The Danish Girl was about, she had her first gender-affirming procedure at Magnus Hirschfeld's clinic. The Nazis burned it down. All of this research. And there were...
Wow. So there's just, I'm just saying. It could be a coincidence that, some of the things, some of the toys, like I just showed, some of the things, the propaganda we see on TV, it could just be a coincidence that we see so much LGBT propaganda, that we see so much non-heterosexual propaganda, that we see so much sexual confusion being pushed in media. I'm just saying, if we look at those that own it, I'm not going to say no names. I'm just saying, she talk about somebody, I'm just talking about something. I'm just saying, you can connect the dots. But TikTok, US own this joint now. So it's like, I'm not trying to get kicked off TikTok. Let's keep it cool. But all I'm saying is, she just openly admitted to that. That's all I'm saying. She just openly admitted to those who openly exposed those who push these agendas. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, we need to go back and look at history of some of the shit that I don't even want to say his name. I don't want to get flagged, but the person that them people hate, if we go back and look at some of that stuff that he was doing, I'm just saying we might have to rehash some things. You might be looking at certain things in society right now a little differently. Just saying. Might change some of these liberals' minds if they understand who's funding that liberal think tank. Funding, some of these egregious politicians to push these egregious agendas. So I'm just saying, I ain't gonna say too much because I ain't trying, but I just thought that was very telling that he would come out and say something like that and then expect us to be like, oh wow, this is like I don't know. I'm like, as soon as they said that, I'm like, oh wow, so you're just going to say that? Like, that's not significant to what exactly we're seeing right now? That's not. I'm just saying. Hey, I don't want to say too much. I don't got time for them people to get on my ass. I like my channel. I like my shit. I'm just saying. Pay attention. I'm just saying. Anyways, and then you know what? I moved on too quick because it was something in the comments I wanted to click on too, but I didn't realize. Actually, you know what? I ain't going to say too much. It's all right. It's okay. Yeah, definitely go look into them people and how they feel about sexual expression though, because they believe in multiple genders. They believe in certain things. I'm just saying. So yeah, go look into that because definitely the heads of these industries, the music industry, Hollywood, a lot of these people that own that own these networks, and allow these things that happen. Hello, the shit that happened at Quiet on Set, the Nickelodeon thing, the shit that's happened to multiple Disney stars, and all. I'm saying these people be connected, and they're all under the same folks. So, you do with that with your will, as you will. But I already know who these people are. They are their father. You know what I'm saying? So if you know, you know. We ain't going to do too much. Let's move on. Tellerico. Y'all know Tellerico just whooped Jasmine Crockett ass in the last election. Egregious. She lost like shit in the lost by like 100,000 or something like that. And we're about to get into that too because these people are crazy. Hold up. Did I pull that clip? Hold up. Let me sure I got that clip. Is this it? Yeah, this is the clip, actually. This is the clip right here. Matter of fact, I need to play it right after this. I'm glad I said that. I'm going to play it right after this. But yeah, Tellerico, I didn't really look into him. I mean, I know like I could vote for Texas. I mean, I don't live in that state. So I didn't really pay attention to Tellerico. I just know he was endorsed by Obama and stuff like that. But I have heard a couple things. And then this video popped up on my timeline. Shout out to you for the super chat. Thank you very much. The Dems probably sponsored them making them. I wouldn't be surprised. All I'm saying. No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Egregious, outrageous, everything in between. But thank you for that super chat. But yeah, this is a clip of Tellerico in a church. Saying some bullshit. Look at this.
Christ is the immigrant deported without due process. Christ is the senior deprived of their Social Security benefits. Christ is the protester kidnapped in an unmarked vehicle by plainclothes officers. Christ is the immigrant deported without due process. Christ is the senior deprived of their Social Security benefits. Christ is the protester kidnapped in an unmarked vehicle by plainclothes officers. Christ is the immigrant deported.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he talking about, but Christ ain't none of that. I don't know what he's talking about, and I hate when people try to use this whole thing with Jesus. Oh, Jesus was an immigrant. Jesus was out here giving miracles, okay, spreading miracles, spreading the teachings of the Most High. What the fuck are you talking about? These niggas over here scamming with daycares. What the hell are you trying to compare these illegals and immigrants today to Jesus? Are we going to be fucking for real right now? I'm just saying. Y'all are not over here passing out bread, turning water into wine and all types. Get the fuck out of here. We're not about to do this, and these liberals love to do that, try to act like, use this. Oh, well, we have to. It's just the godly thing to do to allow these people, and we have to flood them in our country because this is what would Jesus do? I'm just saying, I'm not no diehard Christian. I don't know the Bible like that. And I'm not going to speak on what he would have done. But what I'm saying is what is just is not allowing a bunch of people over here to exploit a land and another group of people that you're not doing shit for. Why the fuck? Like, I'm just trying to figure out how do you logically say, how do you logically rationalize that? It doesn't make sense even for religion. Religious purposes, it does not make sense. So no, I'm not about to say, oh yeah, what would Jesus do? Jesus ain't here right now. Okay, we dealing with these illegal ass Somalis and Venezuelans and all these other people that's over here scamming and committing crimes and not supposed to be here. Point blank, period. We're in a new time. Okay, so I'm not. You can throw this whole sympathy shit out the window talking about, yeah, what would Jesus do when Jesus was an immigrant? That ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't got nothing to do with them Somalian daycare centers and niggas over there scamming millions of dollars out of our tax dollars. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what I don't know what the fuck Tellerico was talking about. I think he's like a diehard Christian or something like that. But yeah, you're wilding. I don't know. You're talking about the Christ is the protester that got kidnapped in an unmarked vehicle. Like, what are you talking about? Then I think I heard him say something about him being. Did he say something about him being GAY or something being LGBT? I don't know. This nigga look weird as hell. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Jasmine Crockett, I wasn't rocking with her like that again. I'm not in Texas, so I can't say. But I ain't rocking with him either. The Dems just ain't got no good. It seems like they don't got no good nominees. We got to get the fuck off that Democratic plantation. Y'all just ain't got no nominees, no politicians that's up to standard, up to par. Because I mean, both of them were not great. This is who she won. This is who she lost to. Even that is a little telling. The fact that the Dems let her lose to this nigga, because they did let her ass lose for sure. The fact that they let her use to him, I'm like, this is egregious. Yeah, Dems can't be trusted, man. Got to get them off that Democratic plantation. You know, it is what the hell it is. Egregious, outrage, everything in between. But you know, it's funny because Jasmine Crockett, speaking of her, you know, they did kind of set her up to lose, but set her up. I don't think they really wanted her to win, to be honest. So, but interestingly enough, I just seen a clip of her admitting to this as well. Apparently, the Dems are. We're about to get into that too. That's why I wanted to wait for this, because we're going to get into this. But I'll double back to it in a second. But the Dems have put the Department of Homeland Security on like shut that joint down. They've shut that joint down because they're trying to negotiate with the Republicans, okay, with these illegal policies or these immigration policies, okay, they have for some of these illegals, all right? So until the Republicans budge or compromise, they basically like, yeah, we keeping this shit shut down, all right? Now I want to try to hear what some of these compromises are. What are some of the negotiations they're asking for? Listen to this right here. Egregious.
Completely and totally out of control group of people. It's the reason why we are in a DHS shutdown right now, because Republicans have refused to agree to the type of bold, transformative, meaningful, and dramatic reforms we are demanding in order for the Department of Homeland Security funding bill to move forward. And I won't go through all of the demands, much of which we've talked about repeatedly in the public, but one of those demands is keep ICE out of sensitive locations. And we've defined that as schools, houses of worship, hospitals, and polling sites. We want an explicit prohibition that ICE can go nowhere near any polling sites in the United States of America. It's one of—
That's absolute bullshit. That is insane. Any American citizen, I would not be fazed by seeing ICE at a polling center. I wouldn't give a fuck because I'm an American citizen. What are you going to do? Nothing. Wouldn't faze me at all. Okay? To an American citizen, you're not fazed. You wouldn't give a damn about who's standing around or checking IDs because you got your paperwork. And moreover, you need your paperwork to vote. You're supposed to have proof of citizenship, an ID, something to be able to vote. Voter registration. You're supposed to be able to prove that you are eligible to vote. So why the fuck would you have a problem with ICE being at polling centers? That don't make sense. Something's not making sense. Is that because y'all are expecting illegals to show up and vote illegally? Is that what it is? Are you trying to save some of your illegals voting? And you know what's crazy? Damn, I should have got that clip of Jasmine saying that. But it was a clip of Jasmine Crockett admitting to that as well. She was saying, like, after her loss, she's like, yeah, you know, we did see a decline, and after some of the immigration policies that's been implemented from this administration, we've seen a decline in voters. Oh, did ya see a is that why? You kept kissing all the motherfucking Hispanic babies, and you was so much on the Latinos line trying to gather all this support because you thought you had black folks in your black pocket. But you was riding, just doing too much for these Latinos, trying to get too much of their attention. But is that why? Because you just thought that if you fed into these illegals, gave them a little bit of attention, they was going to show up? And they was going to be able to show up because ICE, y'all thought that ICE wasn't going to be out there. Or they was going to be able to finesse some of these voting. I'm just saying, I don't know. But it's just odd to me that would be a priority for y'all. Like, what? Schools, okay, because y'all don't want them going after the children. Okay, I can understand that. But polling sites, why would you be concerned about U.S. citizens having to go to a polling site and dealing with ICE? It's not like they're going to harass us. We're U.S. citizens. What are they going to do? What are they gonna do? I'm just saying. So I don't like being around police. I mean, it's like, you know, I'm asking for them to be there, you know, but I'm not about to sit up here and say no, they shouldn't be there because they're illegals. Like, what the fuck are we? This is a sensitive area. Like, how is this even sensitive? They shouldn't be. You can't vote if you're illegal. So if you're not a U.S. citizen, so why would you even be in this vicinity? Why would they have to be over there? Why is that even a concern? Because illegals shouldn't be over there. So why would that even come out your mouth? Because you do know that there's probably some illegals over there. It's because they know them niggas is voting. So yeah, I don't know. We're going to see how this unfolds. Because DHS is shut down. I'm gonna circle back to that in a second. Actually, DHS, there's a couple things I want to get into. The airport look crazy as hell from DHS. So I'll circle back to that in a second. But yeah, absolutely. I'm like, I think that's hella weird. And now, especially because all of them are using the same talking points now, I'm like, yeah. Y'all talking about a decline in voting, and now you want ICE out here? You don't want ICE out? Okay. I mean, maybe not. Maybe they just don't. Maybe they're trying to protect the immigrants. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. But that shit look suspect as hell. I'm gonna just be real. That looks suspicious as hell. I don't trust it at all. Not one bit. Now, this story right here is actually very interesting. I'm not gonna lie. This right here is kind of crazy. Okay. So apparently this teacher, I'm not sure what grade she's teaching. Look like she might be kind of young because the alphabet is up here. So I'm guessing somewhere elementary school, right? A teacher posted a Snapchat, okay, or sent a Snapchat to like her close friends. It was like 3 or 4 other people. In this Snapchat, she's saying, should I pew pew this kid? Okay. Now, this is supposed to be a joke, right? In the middle of her working, the police show up because of this goddamn Snapchat. I lie to you not. Let me play this video. This is crazy as hell.
Hello. Hi, I'm Deputy Chow with the Sheriff's Office. Do you happen to have your phone on you?
I do, yeah.
Okay, if you want to go and hand that to me, please?
Yes.
Okay, reason we're here is, have you been on Snapchat earlier today?
Yes, I was, yeah.
Yeah, she fucked up too. I definitely want to just hand it over my phone. That's your property. You don't just hand over your phone. Like, you don't never just do that. You gonna have to arrest me first and get my possession. I'm gonna give it to somebody else too before you even arrest me. I'm not giving you my shit, no. That's crazy.
Okay. And so we got a call about a snap. So did you happen to make one today?
I did, yeah.
And what did you say in the snap?
I send a lot of snaps back and forth. I don't know really what this is about.
How about school today? Anything about school today?
It's a lot about school. I don't know.
So I guess the other question then, who are you sending them on your wall or whatever it's called, or you send it to someone specifically?
I didn't post anything today, if that's what you're, but no.
Okay. Did you send the things to people today?
I send like snaps to like my roommate and my boyfriend. That's it.
Okay.
I'm allowed to take pictures of the kids.
Yeah.
So I take pictures of the kids. I took a picture of one kid because I always tell stories about it.
Yeah.
I can delete it if you want, but I do have a picture of one of the students, but I keep it.
Today?
No.
Nothing about your computer or anything like that?
I had a lesson plan and one of the kids turned off my computer on my lesson plan. I was like, oh, dang. But I never get mad with the kids ever.
What did you snap after that? Did you send out?
No.
Nothing at all?
No.
Yeah, I mean.
What? I'm so confused.
So what I want to show you is the snap we received.
Oh, yes. But, okay, yes. This was a joke, though, but yes.
Who did you send that to?
That was just to 3 people. There's only 3 people on there. Okay, yeah, I'm realizing that was a bad joke. That was a bad joke. I did not mean it at serious at all. I'm not a violent person. You can ask any of the.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. This is a serious offense, okay?
I know.
How we got it was the FBI. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So you are going to go with us. Okay. I do got to process you. Going to have to stay the night in jail. Okay.
Oh my God. This is crazy.
I know.
That's crazy as hell. And they really took her ass to jail. They let her make a phone call her boyfriend, let her know what's going on. But they really took her ass to jail. Lock her the fuck up. Now, so basically, like I said, this teacher, she sent a Snapchat of a student to 2 or 3 of her close friends. The Snapchat is saying, should I pew pew this little boy or this child? I don't know if it's a boy or girl, but should I pew pew this child because they reset my computer and my lesson plan is gone. Supposed to be a joke, okay? The FBI sent the police. Okay, FBI got notified from Snapchat and they sent the police to her job to lock her ass up immediately. So she didn't even make it out of work. This all happened within a couple hours time frame because they was immediately notified that her ass got locked up. So yeah, number one, I need to know what race the child is. Before I'm not gonna lie to you because if this is a black child, bitch, you're guilty. Go to jail. You're going to jail. I don't give a fuck what it is, bitch. You could get burned out of jail. I don't give a fuck. Okay, whatever happens to you, be okay. This is honestly, even if this is a non-white child, I'm gonna go ahead and say guilty. That's egregious, outrage, everything between. Honestly, the only way this looks kind of well, damn, it was just a bad joke, is if it was a white child. I'm gonna be real. That's the only way that I could be well, maybe she ain't. And even then, I'm like, that's kind of weird because I've never came out. I've been around kids for a long time. I've never said anything of the sort to should I just? No, I understand some things I'm about to get this. I'm about to die. Boy, I'm about to die. You know what I'm saying? But to pew pew, you talking about with that playing around like that and not to have a Nerf gun, not to have a little something funny. You know what I'm saying? Oh, should I get him down with a Nerf gun? That would bring more context to it. But you just taking a picture of a child and putting the caption, should I pew pew him because he touched my computer? And that ain't your kid. That ain't you ain't related to that child. And even if you are, that's still a little questionable. But especially because you're not, Yeah, go ahead and get them cuffs ready. Because you going to motherfucking jail. That's egregious. I mean, it is what it is. That's egregious. Now, I just didn't realize that the FBI was watching Snapchat like that. You know what I'm saying? Which I kind of figured that, the CIA, FBI, they, American government is on all these. That's why they wanted TikTok. That's why they bought TikTok, okay? So because they're surveillancing all of our apps, okay? Everything on our phones, they're surveillancing. So that's not surprising, but I didn't think that something like that would get flagged that quickly to the point, especially because you YT. I'm going to be real. Especially because you white. I'm gonna be real. The fact that they flagged that shit that quick and got over to that school and locked her ass up that quick is kind of crazy. I was a little surprised. I'm like, damn, she got a complexion for protection. I mean, she still might get off. Who knows? She might get exonerated or get it off her record if she actually does get. If she does get charged, you know what I'm saying? She might get a little pat on the wrist. She might just get that. But yeah, it's still surprising that they got her ass that quick. That's actually crazy. So I'm just saying, y'all be careful what you're sending out there because this was involving a child. So maybe that's why it was so prompt. If it was another adult, maybe it wouldn't have been as prompt, as urgent, or maybe it wouldn't have got flagged, But the fact that it's a child, I think that's really what kind of triggered it. So yeah, y'all be careful, because I know people like to play around with their kids. This ain't really in Black American culture, to be. I don't know. Black Americans just saying some. I don't know. My mother just said some crazy shit. I ain't gonna. My mother said some crazy shit. I ain't gonna lie. As far as threats, I ain't gonna lie. She ain't mean it, but she definitely just said some crazy. I done heard some crazy shit from Black mothers. Let me say that. So yeah, y'all just be careful. Don't put that shit on the internet. You don't want no fucking police showing up at your door because some shit you said while you was mad. Okay, so yeah, I'm just saying egregious, outrage, everything between. But yeah, that's kind of crazy. I don't know. I'm a little surprised. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little surprised that happened so quickly like that. But y'all be careful, man. And be careful of some of these teachers because she really could be guilty. Some of the best liars play it cool. So she's calm, she's crying, she's like, yo, I'm good with the kids. But that is still questionable behavior. Because again, I've been around kids a long time. I've never sent a Snapchat or a message or a picture. I've never said anything of the sort like that. Like, that's weird. That's a weird way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, hey, some of these people really are predators. Some of these people really are, have ill intentions or ill will towards your children and will harm them. So be careful. You know what I'm saying? For real. Definitely be careful. But that was an interesting story. I ain't gonna lie. That was kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That was kind of crazy. Let me see. In other news, Justin Pearson. Now we know Justin Pearson is a Democratic. A Democrat, and he's not really too fond. He's very performative. Let me say that. He had a whole speech acting like he was Martin Luther King or pretending to be Martin, like trying to invoke Martin Luther King-esque type voice or feel. It was just real performative. He's real, okay. He done changed up before. He had a whole revamp. He didn't look like this before, and he grew his afro. It's just okay. He's clearly paid by the Democrats. Let me just say that. Okay, a shield. But I'm not gonna lie. He kind of stood on business right here. He's in a house meeting with this other Republican. And representative, and they kind of had a little back and forth. I'm actually fucking with it though. Let's see what he said. Let's see what she said first, because this is an Asian. Hold up.
Representative Renaud.
Thank you for the question. As far as our founding fathers and those that owned slavery, it is important not to dilute history. We need to understand and know what that is so that we don't repeat those mistakes. But the Bible also says that we will be judged in the time of our culture. And at that time, it was a common practice. Not saying that's right or wrong. The Bible actually does instruct those who do own slaves on how to treat them and to treat them fairly and kindly. But our founding fathers definitely believe that all men were created equal. And it was those beliefs that moved us from the position of slavery to where we are today. So this particular legislation does not advocate to teach those things. I think we have many other pieces of civic education that likely does include that, but this intention for this legislation is for that to not necessarily be included.
Representative Pearson.
It is nearly unconscionable to believe that you just articulated the theological vision of enslavers in this Capitol in the year 2026 as though it was okay. Because here's your problem. The Bible, which was written in many different iterations, but is articulating a time of thousands of years ago, was used as justification for enslavement that happened thousands of years later, 400 years ago in our country. And so even if you're trying to articulate, as you are incorrectly, that the Bible was somehow giving permission to slavery, that would have been in the era in which it was happening. It wouldn't be used as a theological justification just 400 years ago in our nation's history. But what is worse and what is deeply disturbing by what you have just said is not how you are saying, and that was wrong or immoral. There is no question that slavery was immoral. And you shouldn't need a Bible to know that. And there were always people who were antithetical to the antebellum South's iteration of chattel slavery. The people who were enslaved, who were kidnapped from the continent of Africa and brought here against their will. And I am a Christian, and I am a 7th-generation Tennessean. I have read the Bible from front to back, and the stories about love, about who Christ is, about loving thy neighbor and loving God is what we are told to profess. So anyone who misused the Bible to enslave people, misuse the Bible to keep people in bondage, they were wrong then as you are wrong now. I refuse to support this legislation because the lens by which you are viewing the world is toxic, is damning, is wrong, and is immoral. And you, my fellow colleagues, should do much more work in understanding the history of this country and understanding the history of enslavement and the consequences that it continues to wreak and the barriers it continues to create in this state and around the country. No one should ever be able to use Christianity as justification for the enslavement of people, especially not someone who has the audacity to call themselves a legislator.
So yeah, he's right though. He's standing on business. But Grace Chow over here, okay, Sinners. That was the little Asian Jordan from Sinners that fucking they got everybody. Damn, they got everybody. Really, honestly, is the reason why almost everybody in the damn film died. Okay, at least all the main characters. All right. So yeah, shout out to him. I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad he corrected her on that because that's a fact. And these are these same Asians coming over here talking about some damn they in an oppressed group or they're minority or they're brothers and sisters or they're. Nigga, we ain't got no friends. I'm just saying. We ain't got no friends. The Republican Asian right here standing on white tea supremacist business. I mean, white tea supremacist business. It's just show enough is all I'm saying. But I do appreciate him, correcting that because, yeah, absolutely the fuck not. We're not about to sit here and act like these people were justified even during that time. To be honest, these people were never justified. There's never a justification, especially under the words of the Most High. They're like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, you know what I'm saying? We're not going to do that. But yeah, I appreciate him correcting that though. You know what I'm saying? We let us say, I'm gonna give him credit what it's due. But yeah, we definitely can't trust these minorities, okay, on either side, the right or the left, because neither one of these people are really friends with us. They don't want to be friends with us. They try to get up on the white T's zaddy. So yeah, just remember that. All I'm saying, Miss Grace Chow, get your ass up on. Okay. Get up on out here, go somewhere. Okay, but shout out to Justin for correcting that though. That's what's up. Now, in other news, he said that's the real. What did you say? That's a real fro. LOL. He's stupid. Anyway, in other news, now, this is some bittersweet news actually right here. Okay, not really bittersweet anymore, but I guess it is bittersweet kind of, you know, because the fact that he's still in a predicament is still a good
Alabama.
But this came across my For You page, and I had no idea. I mean, I've never heard of this brother, Charles. What's his name? Charles Sonny Burton. Okay, I'm gonna let this sister explain. And actually, I think this is non-FBA, but she brought attention to this FBA brothers. I believe this brother's FBA situation that's going on, and I definitely want y'all to hear about it.
Is about to execute a man for a crime he did not commit. The state of Alabama admits he did not commit this crime. Charles Sonny Burton is 75 years old and has been sitting on Alabama's death row for decades. And unless the governor intervenes, he will be executed this Thursday. This is why this is imperative to get this video out there now. In 1991, Sonny was a part of an armed robbery and he left before any murder was ever committed. The attorney general even said that when DeBruce shot the cashier and took his life, Burton was long gone. Prosecutors tried to pin everything on Burton, saying he was the ringleader of all of this and that he convinced people to shoot people, which my question is, how are you convincing someone to shoot someone if you're not there? If, like, you flat out are not there. If you've left the scene, if you already committed the robbery you intended to commit, how are you convincing your accomplice who also agreed to a robbery to then turn up the gas and shoot someone. You're not. DeBruce, the person who shot the cashier, originally had a death sentence as well, but his sentence was reduced to life in prison while Burton still sits on death row. The courts refuse to correct their past mistakes, and so we, the public, have to step up to force the governor to do something about this. Alabama.
So yeah, shout out to that sister because she was definitely on code for putting that story out there. And this was just posted 2 days ago. All right. So he was supposed to get this get the I don't want to say the word, I feel like TikTok might be triggering, but he was supposed to have this sentencing transpire. Thursday, tomorrow. This was supposed to happen tomorrow, okay? That this brother was supposed to be unalive. And luckily, look at God. That's something like it's bittersweet because it's bitter because he shouldn't be in that predicament. Anyways, he shouldn't even been on death row. That's crazy as hell, especially because the other counterpart wasn't. But it's also sweet because he's not on it no more. He did, they you know what I'm saying? People put in work, and now this brother's, we saved his life. It's a blessing. Shout out to the black people on code, that was out there and brought attention to this. It saved his brother's life. It's a blessing. So yeah, and I see somebody said the other robber must have been white. I'm not sure, but that's what it's given. The fact that the other robber was actually the one that pew-pewed the person, and this is the person that got off death row first and got a life sentencing instead, not the person that fled the scene before that even happened. I'm like, yeah, that might be innocent. Alabama, they could definitely be white for sure. White teeth. I don't know. We'll see. If they, I don't know if they're gonna say it here, but that's what it sounds like. Alabama governor commutes death sentence of a man whose accomplice fired fatal shot. Oh, let's see. Alabama Governor Kay Ivey on Tuesday commuted the death sentence of a 75-year-old inmate who was set to be executed this week, even though he was not in the building when the victim was unalive during a 1991 robbery. Ivey reduced Charles Sonny Burton's sentence to life in prison without a possibility of parole, which is some bullshit because why the fuck he can't get parole? He ain't even got him. I was thinking that was somebody. He did that 1991. That was like 30, 40 years ago. 91, that's like 30 years ago. You tell me he can't get parole now? He got to be what? He got to be like in his 70s or 80s at this point. You telling me he can't get parole? That's kind of some bullshit. I ain't gonna lie. He low-key deserved parole at this point. Especially because y'all had him on that road. I mean, come on, the whole time. He can't get parole the last couple years of his life. I don't know. That's kind of, I don't really like that, but okay. Let's see, reduces possibly without parole, marking just the second time of the Republican governor has granted clemency to a death row inmate since taking office in 2017. Burton was sentenced to unaliving for the shooting, or for the pew-pewing, sorry, TikTok. Death of I don't know if I can read this shit. It's a lot. There's a lot. Doug battled during the robbery of an AutoZone auto parts store in Talladega. Nigga, he robbed the AutoZone? You telling me he been in jail for 30 years? He got a 75. Hold up. Sentence of a 75. Yeah, he's 75 years old. You telling me he got life in prison? Basically. Because now he actually does have life in prison, but he got put on that road for robbing an AutoZone? Are you for real? Man, get this man out of jail, bruh. Get this man out of jail. How much shit did he could have really have stole? Come on. Telling me he stole millions of dollars out of a fucking AutoZone. Like, what are we talking about? It's no more than, he probably get more than a couple hundred, a couple thousand. What are we talking about? He's in jail on a life sentence for stealing 30 years ago? Nah, this ain't right. This some white tea supremacist Alabama Southern down south shit, because this is crazy. Though he had left the store before another man, Derek DeBruce, unalived battle. Burton was convicted as an accomplice. With prosecutors portraying Burton as a leader of the robbery. Both DeBruce, I don't know, Derek DeBruce though. That's white. DeBruce, I ain't never really heard that last name. What y'all think? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. DeBruce and Burton were convicted of capital murder, but DeBruce's sentence was overturned on appeal. DeBruce was sentenced to life in prison and died in prison. Oh, he already died. Egregious. Ivy, who has presided over 25 executions, said she firmly believes that in the unaliving penalty as just punishment for society's most heinous offenders, but also said it must be administered fairly and proportionately. The Republican governor said that she cannot proceed in good conscience with the execution of Mr. Burton under such desperate circumstances. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I feel it. That's egregious. But I think they should let him off. I think he needs to be exonerated. They need to let him out. Like, seriously, what the fuck? Like, suspend his sentence. I don't know what the correct terminology is, but get that man out of jail. Get his ass out of jail. He robbed the AutoZone. that black man out of jail, man. Shout out to that brother. Shout out to his family. I'm glad that he's off, that he actually can live out the rest of his days without it being cut short. But the fact that he got to live him out in jail, you know, for some shit he did 30 years ago at AutoZone, man, I'm sorry. I don't think that's right. I think they need to release him. That's kind of messed up. Release our good brother. Make sure he's always everything between. But shout out to him. Shout out to him. Oh, hold up. Let me do that. What is this? Okay. Now let me circle back right quick to this DHS shutdown. Let me just circle back right quick. That's a social argument. Meanwhile, people in the Epstein files are free. You got fucking, what's his name? Bill Clinton up there stuttering, trying to mesmerize and reminisce on fucking pages and saying you got a black man sitting in damn jail for some shit he did 30 years ago at AutoZone. That's crazy as hell. You're right. That's insane. But that is, you know, the way the system is set up. That's YT supremacy for you. Now, DHS.
The word of the day
DHS getting shut down. Hold on, let me play.
The word of the day for flyers is now uncertainty. Uncertainty about what you're going to find when you get to the airport checkpoint. In some cases, you're going to be there for quite a while. Why is this happening? This week, TSA officers are missing a paycheck because of the ongoing partial government shutdown, and they don't know when they'll be paid again. That's resulting in increased sick calls, and that means wait times that can get very long at some airports. Take a look at this video from Houston Hobby Airport yesterday. People waited 3 hours or more at points there. It's a 2-hour wait again this morning. And then at the New Orleans airport Sunday morning, people found the line for security winding through the terminal and into the parking garage.
We had missed both our flights. We were waiting in TSA just to get to security for 4 hours.
Several airports saw very long wait times and now are warning flyers to arrive at least 3 hours early. TSA and much of the Department of Homeland Security are not funded because of a stalemate between congressional Democrats and the White House over immigration enforcement. For tens of thousands of frontline DHS workers, this is their second prolonged shutdown going without pay since October. What we've seen in past shutdowns, once that first full paycheck is missed, sick calls increase, delays, and then lines also will grow. The question becomes, where will they happen? How bad will they be? And frankly, that can change by the airport, by the day, even by the shift, Adriana. The word of the day for flyers is now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely agree. And you know what's crazy? I seen somebody I follow on TikTok, one of my old coworkers, she posted, I wanted to post her actually. I wanted to show hers because she did a vlog with her going through the airport. And yeah, line was long as hell. She said the line was like three floors high. That's how long through TSA the fucking line was. It was like fucking 4 or 5 hours for this and for the wait. I mean, she had to wait. Oh, she didn't have to end up waiting. She ended up getting first class or something. But she still had to wait for a while, you know. So yeah, that's absolutely hella inconvenient. Y'all need to get this shit. These Dems is tripping with y'all. Hey, look, I'm not even pressing for the Republicans to budge because honestly, I'm in agreement. These niggas got to go. So yeah, ICE is doing their job. Let them niggas do their job. I ain't tripping off that. So yeah, Democrats, y'all on bullshit. All right. Seems like you know they might have get some of y'all about it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's absolutely insane. I would be blowing shit at the airport for 4 hours. What the hell? Missed my damn flight. That's crazy as hell. But hold on. Here's another one because that one. But this is literally a follow up because that one he was talking about how you know that it could lead to a lot of people quitting and things of that nature because that's what happened last time they shut down DHS. But now it's actually happening. I mean, this is literally, I think this is like a couple hours apart from each other, these two videos. But let me play this.
The surge in sick calls that have been happening at airports across the country that led to some very long wait times at a handful of airports earlier this week. Things have stabilized for now, but the agency is worried about what the days ahead might look like as this partial government shutdown grinds on. Workers coming to work, they're not getting paid. They don't know when they'll be paid next. TSA says about 300 of their officers have already quit during this shutdown. There were others that quit during the one in October and November of last year. Finally, a little bit of good news for flyers showing up at airports across the country. DHS reopened global entry. That's expedited customs entry back into the U.S. It's been closed since about a week into this ongoing partial government shutdown. It remains a very uncertain time for flyers as to what they may see when they show up at the airport. The
Yeah,
TSA.
to say the least. I wouldn't be betting on booking no flights right now. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to get caught up in the airport or get caught up stuck in another country or have to get rebooked. I'm just saying. I wouldn't even want to go through no inconvenience like that. So I'm gonna try to stay away from the airport. At least until they get that shit together, because I just don't got time, man. I'm not trying to get stuck nowhere, even in the country that I don't want to be at, or in a state that I don't want to be at. But I'm definitely not trying to get stuck nowhere or be held up in no airport no 4-5 hours. God, okay, I hate being in the airport for elongated amounts of time. Like, get me the hell up out of here. Feel like I'm in the hospital or something at some point. So yeah, but definitely be careful, okay? If y'all have any plans on traveling soon, just look out. You got to look out for things like that, especially if you're going out the country, okay? You got to be careful when shit like this happens, okay? I think last time, did this happen? I think this happened last time, but I had just came back from DR or something like that when this happened. But I remember one time I was out the country, and I don't know if it was DHS getting shut down, but it was something that was happening. Was it COVID? It was something happening, but I was scared as shit that I would not get a flight back. I was like, oh my God, I don't think did I have my flight back? Something happened. I was scared as I was like, bro, I better be able to get back. Hell to the nine. Y'all can fuck that. Hell to the nine. So yeah, it's a scary thing though to be stuck somewhere and not have a choice to leave. If you want to go somewhere, it's cool. You get stuck somewhere, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful, be mindful. You know what I'm saying? Paying attention to what's going on in politics, because you don't want to book a trip 3-4 months out, and then you know what I'm saying, you ain't paying attention to what's going on 3-4 months out, and then your ass get held up somewhere that you don't want to be, or even held up in the airport for too damn long. That's just gross. Okay, nobody's trying to do all that. All right. I'm gonna throw this one in here too, actually, because that was gonna be my last one. But fuck it, we'll throw this one up in here too, because this just came pop in my timeline real quick. Let me just give a quick shout out to these young people on doing the right thing right here. These young people doing the right thing. Hold up, I seen this egregious clip. Apparently, there was what is this at a college? This is at a college, ain't it? He was called recording at AAMU. Yeah. Kind of. Yeah. I need that. Sandwich. My bad lie. She trying to get some food. I'm dead. Quick Senator Rose. I think a sandwich. I think a little cheese steak. I think. You want cheese steak? I see. I be saying that. Then when I smell a pizza, I be wanting the pizza. That shit crazy as hell. How about we just go half on it? You want to go half on the sandwich? Yeah, we go half on the sandwich. Just get 12 minutes. Okay, back. Yeah. All right, see the benefits of having a twin. You know what I'm saying? Best of both. We get the best of both worlds. You know what I mean? It's a blessing. Anyway, so but yeah, so this is at AAMU. What school is that? What is AAMU? What's the acronym for? What college is that? Let me just make sure so I know exactly. Alabama. Oh, that Alabama again. We right back at Alabama. Okay, we just talking about Alabama with the brother Charles. Okay, but yeah, this is apparently college. Now, apparently these girls found, I don't know how exactly, all we have is the context of the video, but apparently this boy got into this one of the college students over there got into a girl's bathroom, the male college students, and was taking pictures of the girls while they were using the bathroom. First of all, him being in there is enough. Being in there with a camera is absolutely egregious. But yeah, they got on his ass. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh no, let him stay. This is who's recording me, y'all. No. Call DPS. Y'all call DPS. Call DPS. Girl, no. He's staying in this bitch. He got a gun or something in his pocket. You let him go. He got something in his pocket. Call, what's his number? That's his shit. We're gonna get him. Bitch, that's who's recording me. No. Stop. Don't let him go. No. That's him.
Well, at first you could see the girls was on his ass. They was trying to hold him back. They could have did a little more, but I ain't mad at them not doing that because they was risking their safety. You know what I'm saying? He got the swinging or got the wilding. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's a lot. But I do appreciate them trying to do something. You know what I'm saying, to stop him from fleeing. But then some brothers, he went down the wrong hallway, and some brothers had to get on his ass, rightfully so.
Get him, please. Get him. I got him. Please get him, please. I'm gonna call him. Please. Get him. Get him. Wait, I'm gonna call him.
Y'all find DPS?
Yes.
I'm down. Or
There's 3 niggas and I'm the smallest one. Shut up. Calm down, baby.
Thank you, AC. Oh, that's not
Mute.
You broke my fucking nail.
Y'all, they done finally caught the bathroom bandit. This man was at Alabama A&M University in Huntsville, Alabama, recording the folks when they used the bathroom, the ladies. Lord.
Yeah, so shout out to them students that did the right thing, because absolutely egregious, outrageous, everything between. You nasty as hell, brother. They're egregious. And I ain't gonna put tether on them because we don't know, you know what I'm saying? But there'll be a lot of tethers in some of these schools. HBCU, I'm just saying. With some of these schools with a lot of black students. So, but I don't know. I was giving FBA. I don't know. Everybody in the video sounded like they was FBA innocent Atlanta in the South. So it could be. I don't know. Could have been an FBA predator. I don't know. Absolutely egregious, outrageous, everything between. But either way, shout out to them students that got on his ass. Like, for real. Shout out to the women and the young men that got on his ass, because, you know, I love to see shit like that. That, you know what I'm saying? That warrior spirit, okay? And the young men, like, you need that, you know? So that's good to see the young brother chase him down and them work together and detain his ass, because, yeah, bitch, this is citizen's arrest. How about that? We on your ass, okay? And we're going to get them people up on your ass because you wrong as hell. You can't be doing this shit to no black women and no damn black students in a college with black women trying to do the right thing, getting educated black boys out there trying to do that. You in there fucking taking pictures of women. It's weird. Who the fuck raised you? So, yeah, very pervish behavior. All right. Hopefully he is expelled from the school for that, because that is definitely expulsion. It's grounds for expulsion. But moreover, it's grounds for pressing charges. Honestly, them girls could really press charges on his ass if they want to. So yeah, but at the very least, he should be expelled, because ain't no way in hell. I'm sorry. That's actually egregious as hell. For you to be in a woman's bathroom doing such a thing, that's, yeah, no, you got to be held accountable for that. You got to feel that. That's insane. I hope they kind of got on his ass. I'm saying, get him a little 1-2 in, because you really deserved it. But we don't condone violence, TikTok. We don't condone violence. Anyways, yeah, this is a good one. Shout out to the chat, to the panel. Shout out to TikTok. I love y'all. That's a real rock with brothers. Follow me on YouTube. Y'all need to hit the link in my bio. Follow me on YouTube so you can see the show live. Y'all get to hear everything over here. Y'all get to see. Y'all get to watch on YouTube. You got to come over to YouTube so you can see what I'm talking about. See what I'm reacting to. But I appreciate y'all being on here. Y'all some real ones rock with brothers. I'm gonna catch you on the next one, man. Same thing with YouTube. Love y'all, man. Y'all some real ones who rock with it. Really shout out to the chat. Thank you for the super chat. Y'all some real ones. Okay. Make sure y'all follow me on TikTok, ZZ Rants. Okay. Follow me on Instagram, ZZ Rants. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe. Comment on this video for the algorithm afterwards. Hype it if it gives you the option to as well. Like it, share it, all that. Okay. Just do your girl a favor. It's a blessing. You know, these people don't like me. They can always try to keep my shit down. So you got to help boost me up. All right. Anyways, but shout out to the chat. Black, what is that? Black Y Lauren? Okay, all right. Gloria Gloria. We ain't gonna chop up these names. Marcus Moore, Crew, Royalty, MMs, Bryce Hall, Michael Diamond, DM Semester, Only Us, Naturally Beauty. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. I do appreciate y'all tuning in, and happy Melanated March. Happy FBA. Melanated March. All right. And I hear it's Women's Month as well, but I ain't with that women's bullshit. I'm, you know, if it's Black Women's Month, okay, hey, but we got a Black Women's Month, we need a Black Man Month, we need that. But yeah, so shout out to the Black women though. All right. And shout out to Foundation of Black Americans. You have a wonderful night. We'll see y'all on the next one. Peace and be one.
We do not play by our green. You fuck with the team. Might find your West in the creek. We crossing our T's. We don't never miss a beat.